and welcome to another episode of Super Nerds UK.
Hello there, this video is going to be about things that we revisit regularly. Is it games or films that we revisit?
Well, it's a bit of both, yeah. Basically, these are... We've got 4 films and 2 games that we watch at least once a year, something we come back to. They may be guilty pleasures, they're nothing special maybe, but you know, they're just films that we like to watch. Probably a popcorn flick that you just like to put your feet up, take your brain out your head and just watch it because we just enjoy it. Yeah. So, should we just go one or another?
Yeah,
they're not in any particular order, we just written
well,
them.
I'll talk about the first one, Big, with Tom Hanks in.
Classic.
I thought that every single year. Loved it when I was a kid, still love it as an adult. Even though it scares me a little bit now that when you look at it, it's insinuated that he takes the young lady to bed with him, even though he's still got the mind of it.
Well, let's put it this way, if we were in the same position, you know, probably would have.
But no, yeah, Tom Hanks, before he became Mr. Serious, before he became Mr. Banks, he was one of the funniest men on the planet.
Through the 80s, there's some classics.
The Babes,
Bachelor
Party, Big,
Turner and Hooch.
The amount of films. Splash. That was his forte. That was his forte.
He was just one of the comedy kings.
He was one of the funniest men on the planet.
Yeah.
He's always been a good actor, but Big for me is definitely one of the high points. Absolutely love Big. It's a bit of a, I wouldn't say it's a body swap thing, but there's a lot of people have gone onwards and tried to emulate it, and no one's done that type of film as good as Big. I don't think at all. One from you?
One from me. One film I always come back to. I just love watching it. Is True Lies.
True Lies.
Arnie, probably one of his best action films, I'd say.
It's probably one of the films that we never got a sequel to. That I'd love to see a sequel to. It'd be great to have a sequel to it. But it's just one of those definitive spy films. It's just the humour's spot on, the action's fantastic. You know, James Cameron does a great job with it. You know, Roseanne Barr's husband in it as well.
Yeah. It's just great script. It's just the opening 10 minutes scene. You know, he's going into the ambassador's house. Fantastic, doing the tango.
and you know what, Jamie Lee Curtis, she's fantastic in that.
Brilliant in it. She's the character's fantastic in it, and it's just one of those films I just love to just watch at least once a year. I'd love for it to come out on Blu-ray. Please, somebody release it on Blu-ray. It's not on Blu-ray, not in America, not in the UK, and it's cut in the UK as well. There's a couple of scenes that
as a lot of films are.
Yeah. There's a bit in the bathroom, where the fight scene in the bathroom, where he rips off a hand warm, you know, a hand dryer off the wall and smacks the guy in the face with it. But in the cut version, I think you just see him hit once. But in the uncut version, he's like bang, bang. It's great. I can't
little
remember
things,
just you know, it's just nice to have the full version. But anyway, I mean, yeah, please bring it out on Blu-ray and please do it in a proper widescreen format. It's only letterbox. In the DVD version.
Like the old Animorph, don't we?
So it'd be great to have it on Blu-ray. But yeah, it's one I just watch all the time. It's
definitely one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's better films, other than the Terminator films. I'd say.
So what's another one of yours?
Another one of mine is the first Batman. Michael Keaton will always be the best Batman for me. Then the first 2 Batman films by Tim Burton will always be the best Batman as a comic book film. They will always be the best comic book Batman films for me. Although Christopher Nolan's films were fantastic and they were great films in their own right, I don't think they were great comic book films. I think we've had this discussion off camera. I think you agree with me.
Great films all the same, but I think the third one's probably the weakest. But
but Michael Keaton as Batman, he looked awkward being Batman. Well, sorry, he looked awkward being Bruce Wayne, but he looked comfortable being Batman, which for me is what Batman is. The Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wayne is the Bruce Wayne's the facade, isn't he? Batman
Yeah,
is the person
Batman's
who,
the-
he
yeah.
is. And I love that, and it's one I have to keep revisiting over and over again. It was my, I was brought up on the 60s television, so Batman, so that was my first view of the series Batman, because I never read the comics until I got older. And first time seeing it, I absolutely loved it. You couldn't get away from it when it first came out. The merchandising was scary. It was absolutely scary. Remember, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing a yellow logo with a bat symbol on
Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't
it.
it?
If you never knew that a Batman film was out,
That's what killed the Batman franchise was the toys and
Yeah.
stuff. They tried to make the films more for the toys for the kids, and then it killed the franchise because of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, because maybe about five. Yeah,
They
well,
just
about
want to sell
five different
toys.
suits,
Yeah,
didn't
just want to sell toys.
Another one from you.
Yeah, another one from me is Speed. Keanu Reeves was one of his best films, I'd reckon. It's again another action sort of suspense kind of thriller ride.
Dennis Hopper. Wow.
Dennis Hopper. Pop quiz, hot shot. You know, it's just from beginning to end. I just love the film. I've heard Quentin Tarantino say it's one of his top films. Actually,
Is it Jan LeBont? Is it?
Jan de Bon.
Jan LeBont. Yeah.
Probably one of his best actually.
Yeah.
Speed 2, avoid Speed 2, rubbish, but Speed, fantastic. Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves, on a bus, goes 50 miles an hour, and if it goes below 50 miles an hour it blows up. Simple plot line, just runs with that, fantastic film, keeps you going all
Keanu
the way
Reeves
through.
didn't have to do much acting, and that's when he's at his best, I think, when he doesn't have to do that much. I think he was absolutely fantastic in it.
Keanu Reeves is better when he doesn't know what's going on, because that's
Yeah.
what he looks like. So what's going on? That's why The Matrix is so good. And then the others, when he knows everything's going on, he's kind of like.
Something that doesn't get mentioned as well about Speed, which I love, is I love the music in it.
Oh yeah,
the
the music,
score.
the soundtrack's fantastic.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
I absolutely love the score
yeah.
I'm not sure who does it. May have to look.
I'd have to look that
But
up.
it's another.
I'll have to look it up now, won't it?
But I
Go on, you keep talking.
absolutely love the score. And that it's a very forceful score. It's very imposing score. It's there all the time. But yeah, I definitely love that score. And you want me to go my next one?
Go on, you go for your next one. I'll jump in once I find out who wrote the
My next
score.
one is Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Another popcorn film.
Yeah.
Don't have to think much about it, just go in there.
It's a bit of a guilty pleasure for me as well, actually. I don't probably watch it once a year, but I do like to watch it from time to time. It's another good action
It was the
film
first
to
time
watch.
I seen Owen Wilson as well.
Oh, right.
It was the
Yeah.
first time I'd seen him in anything. Ben Affleck, our new Batman, in it.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
You done that one, but he was pretty much coming straight from his Kevin Smith films, wasn't he, when he was doing that?
That's true, actually. Yeah.
And it's one that can get even the men crying at the end as well, can't it?
Yeah.
It's,
The ending, yeah. I think it's safe to say now. We could probably say spoiler, but I think any film that's over 2 years old is probably safe to talk about. I think now.
one of the spoilers,
Yeah.
But when
Sorry, I'm still looking at Speed.
when he sat
Oh, there you go, Mark
when
Mancina, is it?
when Bruce Willis sacrificed Mark Mancina is the one who done the score as
Music,
well for Speed.
There you
I
go.
was interested, but Bruce Willis sacrifices himself, doesn't he? So that
Yeah.
Ben Affleck can go and be with Bruce
Yeah,
Willis'
daughter,
daughter, who's
yeah.
played by Liv Tyler.
It's
Um,
the casting is very good actually. It's a very fun film. It's a lot of explosions. Michael Bay likes.
I
it
love
as
Steve Buscemi in it.
well. Yeah.
Steve Buscemi
Yeah,
is
he's
absolutely
fantastic,
brilliant.
yeah.
Oh,
I can't think of a
hilarious.
film he's not bad in though. Really, to be honest.
I love him in Con Air.
Con Air.
Con Air's
plays that
another one.
weirdo. Yeah.
But yeah, Armageddon
yeah.
for me, another one I have to revisit. What's your next one?
My next one is I have to keep looking at my list. Like I said, I've got a brain like a sieve, even though I know it. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I don't think I've seen that film for about 20 years.
Well, the thing is though, I like to. It's just. It's a bit of a nostalgia as well. I went to cinema to see it, but I love the soundtrack. It's got one of the best fanfares you can
Like I
think
said,
of.
20 years, I can't.
It's Kevin Costner's not the best in it, and his accent's completely out the window. He sticks with American no matter what. But it's just a great all round movie. It's what the Robin Hood should be. You know, he saves as the damsel in distress, and Alan Rickman just knocks the. He's just the best bad guy in everything.
He's not bad in anything.
You know, he's just fantastic. You know, and Call Off Christmas. You know, it's just fantastic. He just plays the best bad guys. You know, in Die Hard, he's probably one of the best bad guys.
I think it's one that should revisit. I think really because unfortunately every time I think of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, all I can think of is that song being in #1 for about 20 weeks.
Brian Adams.
It's
a good song.
It's a good song, but
I suppose it was played to death.
It's one of them. It's a good song, but it was played to death, and it's pretty much like probably one of the best songs ever. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Can't stand it now because of how many times I've heard it.
But it's
one I should revisit.
It's a great fun. It's even a family film. A family could watch it.
Well, Kevin Costner, I find him. I know he's not everybody's favourite actor, but people hated Waterworld. I
don't mind Waterworld.
I like Waterworld.
It's like Mad Max on water.
Yeah, I really like Waterworld. I think it was a really good film. I think he was good in it. So maybe I need to look back at Robin Hood,
give him another chance. Yeah. But Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, good fun action film. Something I'd probably watch once a year, just because something vexes these. There's some great lines in it. You know, it's great, and it's on Blu-ray, thankfully, and it's cut in this country again. There's a few bits cut in it, which if you get the US version is uncut. So keep an eye out if you're not aware of that. There's only a couple of scenes, nothing really major. It's just a bit at the beginning where he's in the prison. And the guy cuts the hands off, people who have stolen something or something like that. But there's a bit where he fights against the guys there, and you see a bit more action, a bit more gore. Nothing major, but there you go. So, yeah, one of my films I'd like to revisit from time to time.
Final one that I like to revisit is The Goonies. Absolutely love The Goonies. I probably watched that more than once a year, to be honest with you. Like
again, another good soundtrack as well.
Yeah, another fantastic soundtrack.
It's good enough.
Yeah. Have you watched the music video on The Goonies?
Yes, yeah.
How long does that video go on for?
I know. Honestly, if you get the DVD or Blu-ray version of it, there's the cast doing a
commentary
of it, and it's really good. Yeah. In fact, is it Sean Astin?
He's now in The Hobbits.
Yeah, he's there for like the first maybe 40 minutes of the film, and then he just leaves. I think so. I don't know why, but I think someone says something to maybe offend him or something like that, but he just goes. I think he said go in the bathroom, and then he's gone for the rest of the film. He just doesn't come back. So if you watch that, it's great. But it's good seeing the cat. You see them all older as well now. Closer to this time, it's good to see them again.
I love Corey. Is it Corey Feldman? I think Mouth. I think he's hilarious in it. It's a shame he sort of disappeared off the radar and done Lost Boys 24 and 25 and nothing else. I think he's absolutely fantastic. He's absolutely brilliant.
It's a great film.
It's a great film. Great one that you can sit and watch with your kids.
Yeah.
Because me and Sam now are obviously old now. We've got kids now, so we get to revisit things again.
Yeah.
With somebody else who's never seen things before.
Yeah. I mean, Richard Donner's he's a top director. And there's a little Superman cameo-y in it as well. With Sloth. It's a great film. If you've never seen it, where have you been? Please, hire it, rent it, buy it.
Produced by Steven Spielberg, and directed by Richard Donner.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Great film. Great family favourite.
What's your last one?
My last one is Flash Gordon.
I bet a lot of people have now gone and watched Flash Gordon recently because of Ted.
Of Ted, yeah, it's fantastic scene.
I bet a lot of people who have never seen Ted, who have never seen Flash Gordon before, have now gone and watched it because of Ted.
That cracked me up. That scene actually is fantastic. That bit.
But that was one of the superhero films that I used to watch because we didn't have anybody to choose from.
You had Superman, Flash Gordon, and maybe a few bum ones like the old Spider-Man ones.
We didn't have nothing. We've got this plethora of superhero films. That was what, and it always used to be on on a Saturday night about 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it was on a lot. It was
And
on
it'd
a
been
lot.
on BBC One, wasn't it? It was
Probably
always on.
one of the best Queen soundtracks.
Yeah.
It's just apparently there was another band who was signed up to do it before Queen took over. I can't remember. I think it was Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd were going to do the soundtrack
a
before
massive
Queen.
Pink Floyd fan. Never knew that.
It would have been interesting. I like Pink Floyd. It would have been interesting. It would have been a good one maybe to get high on.
It certainly wouldn't have been Flash.
No, it would have been very different. But there you go. Yeah, just it's very cheesy.
The American
extremely
football
cheesy.
scene still makes me laugh now.
But just a great action and great funny. Flash, I love you, but we only have 24 hours to save the Earth. It's just brilliant. The lines in it are fantastic.
The music video for
Timothy
the
Dalton.
Queen song absolutely wraps the whole film
Yeah.
up, doesn't it?
And then you've got the
sums it all up
the
completely.
guy from the Crystal Maze. What's his
Richard
name?
O'Brien.
Richard O'Brien's in it as well. It's a great fun.
It's probably got a bit of a cult following now.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, in the 80s, I think everybody had seen it, but now not so many people see it, but it's got a cult following.
Yeah.
And especially now that the actor and the film is used quite a lot in Ted,
Yeah.
I think it'll have gained more of a cult
Oh
following
yeah,
again.
probably yeah.
So,
People always look back. Oh, I'll check
right, so
out
Flash
this.
Gordon.
Flash Gordon. Yeah.
You want to our games then? Do you want to
Yeah,
first
go
with the
ahead.
games?
Yeah, okay. One of my games that I always come back to, one of my video games, is Command and Conquer, the original, on the PlayStation version. I'm a sucker for strategy games, and Command and Conquer is one of the best. And I love building my fortresses and everything like that. Have you ever played Command and Conquer?
Like I've said in previous videos, I'm what you call a casual gamer, or as well as casual gamers, I'm a rubbish gamer. I've never had the inclination to try and play one of them games, but I know I wouldn't be able to. But it was one of them games that I enjoyed watching my other friend play, because when he was doing it, he had it was before we had, when you see your cutscenes now and on computer games, you take them for granted. But Command and Conquer was one of the first ones that had the cutscenes.
That's right. Yeah, you had the full motion video.
It was one of the first games to have it. So it was probably a better game to watch your mates play than others.
Yeah, it can be.
It can be quite entertaining to watch.
And again, it's also you get to go the bad guys. Well, you get two discs with and you get to go the GDI, which are the good guys, or supposedly the good guys. I guess it's kind of a weird sort of storyline. But then you got the Nod, who are the bad guys, and I won't give away the ending actually, but it's great to you got all the video footage from all the guys giving you orders what to do for the next mission, and you just go through. It's really hard in some of them. It's solid. You can die straight away if you're not careful, but it's just a great game. It takes ages, hours. You can spend days on it.
See, the only type of game I ever played that was sort of like that you'd have to start getting ready and then you'd start playing it. And I was a football fan, so I used to play Football Manager.
Oh right,
I still don't even play that anymore because I haven't got the patience anymore.
Can't have the time.
Patience all the time.
Responsibilities.
Sun crawling across my keyboard.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not something I get to play as often as I'd like to now because it just takes so long to play, but it's one that I always come back to anyway. What's one of yours?
One of the ones I go back to, and I discovered emulators a few years back. I'm probably way behind everybody else, but a couple of years ago I discovered emulators, and one of the games I played a few times when I was on holiday years ago in the arcade was Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
I never played the Mega Drive version.
You played the Mega Drive version?
Oh yeah, I used to.
See, I never played it on Mega Drive. I played it once on the ZX Spectrum with the worst graphics you've ever seen in your life.
Michael!
You couldn't even make out what was going on.
I didn't even know it was on the side.
Yeah, but then I played it on the arcades, and like I said, I played it on an emulator, and the graphics still pretty good for the time.
Yeah, okay.
Especially when I found it a bit weird. You collected a monkey to turn into a robot though.
Oh, yeah.
Bubbles that just appeared on the screen, and you'd have to chase after them and get them to turn into a robot.
I remember I'd never finished the Mega Drive version. It was really hard after a while. I kept dying.
Like I said, I'm a rubbish gamer. I never completed. I think I got to about level 3, but I just loved playing it because it was that type of game because I'd seen the film and
Yeah.
because I wanted to play the game.
music as
Sometimes,
well.
yeah, something I got into, and especially used to love the press where you had the special move where they just start dancing. Remember, they used to do like this moonwalk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you just
and
get
everyone would
everyone to
vanish.
dance.
And everyone would vanish.
It's
Wouldn't
like
they?
your special. Yeah.
But yeah, Moonwalker on the
Moonwalker.
emulator.
Good. So yeah, my last one is Portal 2. It's one of those. It's a fantastic game. The humour in it's brilliant. There's a first Portal game which is really, really good.
So it's called Portal.
Portal. Yeah, it's by the same people who made Half-Life and the Orange Box.
Yeah,
It was part of the Orange Box.
I remember my mate.
But Portal 2, if you've never played it, get it on the PC or the PS3, or even the Xbox.
First person shooter, is it? Or?
No, it's not a shooter. Basically, you're as first person, but what you do is you got a series of complex puzzles.
Ah, right.
And the storyline kind of takes you through them because there's this computer that sort of constantly wants you to keep testing these puzzles. But you fire a portal, you know, like in the cartoons where they'll throw something like a black circle onto a wall and they can go through it and come out the other side. It's like that. So you fire a portal onto a wall and you fire another one, which is the exit, or you can go through it and come out the other side.
Ah, right.
So it works like that. And you have to solve puzzles trying to get from one place to another that way. And sometimes you have to move blocks around to keep a switch on or something like that. But it's just I've played it through I don't know how many times now, and I just keep playing it. It's a great game.
Ah, right. Well, my last one is my final game was GoldenEye for the N64. Now I never had an N64.
I've never had an N64.
And but my friend had an N64, and I swear to God, we would go around there on a Saturday morning. I'd go around to his house on a Saturday morning, and we'd be playing it right the way through till tea time and until it's time for me to go home or whatever. It was just a game we get addicted to. I wasn't very good at it. The only I used to get killed all the time by the way, but give me a proximity mine and I might just be free just this once. Just be throwing proximity mines all over the place. It came out about 2 years ago, wasn't it? Next year. Well,
yeah, they made a newer bit. It's actually not bad.
It's not bad, but it's the fun of the N64 version wasn't there. I found.
Yeah.
Because it was a bit simpler on the N64. It was hard for the N64, but it wasn't as hard as
I might get it. Actually, it's a month game. I did play it when it came out, but I like quite. Yeah, I've never said this on my videos, but I like a bit of an experience playing games. But yeah, as a career, so basically, I've played a lot of games. But yeah, it's one that I actually enjoy, but I never got around to buying, so I might get it.
Well, and the N64 now, you look back and if you look at the N64 version of GoldenEye, you'd laugh at the graphics that put out. But at the time, they were really cutting edge graphics, weren't they? The fact that you could make out, the fact that you could make out the characters and know which one was which. It was probably one of the first games like that, wasn't it? You could tell which one was George, you could tell which one was James Bond, you could tell which one was...
You had the Odd Job as well.
Yeah, the Odd Job, you could tell out... Now, that's probably the one thing that improved with the more latest ones, obviously, was the graphics. The graphics. So N64 version of GoldenEye, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. So that's basically it really. It was just a short video. We just wanted to talk about some of the films we just keep coming back to, some of the games we keep coming back to. And we'd like to know some of yours. What films do you watch at least once a year? What games do you just constantly like to come back to every now and then? You know, it might be a Mario game or something like that. You might like to play the original Mario Brothers game, or you might like to play Ace Combat, or you know, you might be into footy games, or what? You know, what things do you like to come back to?
What floats your boat?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it from us. Hope to see you soon. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Help us get a better following.
Yeah, we appreciate all your support. We appreciate everyone who's been following us and tweeting. And also, you know, thanks very much, and thank you for watching Super Nerds UK.